Week 10, a lot of games on this Sunday. Game 1, Bombers versus the Workhorses. Mike Anderson pitching and Jake Lindowski hitting. That's a home run, and later Matt Hines would add to the lead as the Bombers go up 7-0. But the Workhorses, they'd have all sorts of answers, mostly Mike Anderson, and then Lewis. I may be a sub, but I know how to hit. That goes out too. And Mike Anderson wasn't done. A triple here, and his next at-bat, Jake Lindowski having a tough time keeping things inside the park. The Workhorses playing solid defense, and we're rolling. And if you were keeping track at home, Mike Anderson, a double away from the cycle, and he'd get it.
Cycle!
And he knew it. Workhorses win 26-7. Game 2, Terrapins versus the Bombers, and Jake Lindowski still on the mound and still having problems keeping things inside the park. And thankfully for the Bombers, they have this guy. Matt Hines is on a mission, and his mission is to hit home runs. His second on the day would get the Bombers within one in the third. Lindowski trying to keep things going, and Tom Barefoot making a slick catch there to hold the lead. And the Terrapins would add to it in the third, but the Bombers would answer. Corey Sisson, get out. That's a home run. The Bombers take the lead after 3. In the fourth, Christian Hallett back-to-back triples to regain the lead. In the bottom half, Matt Hines, and you know he can hit home runs. A high fly ball to deep left field. Tom Barefoot gives chase. And somebody call the cops because he just got robbed. Take another look. It's a well-hit ball, but Thomas goes off after it, gets up, and pulls this one back to make the play. The good news is, with that play, the Terrapins keep the lead. The bad news is Matt Hines, well, he was still playing. No one's going to get to that one. Terrapins a chance to come back in the final inning. Hall with a home run to make it within 6, but Lindowski, he'd shut him down. Bombers win 27-21. Game 3, Terrapins Senators. Tom Barefoot going the other way to give the Terrapins the early lead. Hallett, well, he was kind of lobbing the ball in there, and Kevin for the Sens would take advantage. Ryan would get a few base hits as well to put the Senators on top. In the second, Ian Hall, well, he'd go deep, and then in his next at-bat, same result. Different part of the field. The Terrapins down by 4 on defense, bases loaded, a weird ground ball. The Senators were sleeping, and Hallett would make the double play to get out of the jam. Jordan Rogers in the fourth, and it's out of here. Off the fence, and the Senators, they're smelling their first victory, but Christian Hallett would get up for the line drive to keep things close. In the bottom, down 3, Chris Wilson with a pop out, and Thomas Barefoot on first. He'd get tagged out for the double play, and that's the way the game would end. Senators, their first victory, 14-11. Now on to face the Quackers. Could this be a winning streak? It looked good early on as Rogers would get Pollard down on strikes, but as the game got going, so did the Quackers bats. They were hitting them high, they were hitting them far, and they mostly were hitting them out of the park. And for the Senators, not much going on offense as they were held to no hits, and the Quackers win this one 17-0 after 4. Game 2 of the series, and the bats, well, they were back for the Quackers. Here in the second, Jordan Rogers, a nice hit up the middle, but that was really it for the Senators. Quackers win this one, same score. On to Game 6 on the day, if you're following along. Suns versus the Heat. Steve Gaffney on the mound, and man, he makes that look so easy. Getting the runner at first, getting out of the jam. Josh Swan and the rest of the Heat struggles against Adam Pratt. In the third, John Kappa hit the other way, and Steve Gaffney, like a spider monkey on the bases, avoids the peg and gets the score to make it 2-1. On the hill, having a little more trouble being elusive as Adam Pratt would take him yard, and along with Matt Regi. Jay Kotcher's home run in the final frame, it wouldn't be enough as Pratt would seal the deal, striking out Cap. Suns win this one 8-4. Finally, we made it. Last game of the day. Trevor Swan on the mound, and Steve Gaffney doesn't care. He'd take him out for a home run, and he had so much fun the first time, he did it again. The Heat, a big lead in this one until Matt Regi. This guy is unreal. Later, Adam Pratt, a little poke that would go over the monster in center. Kotcher having troubles on the hill, but at the plate was a different story. His league-leading 12th home run would bring the Heat back. Later in the frame, Josh Swan, a frozen rope to left to score 2. Next time up, folks, he's close to taking someone's head off. Swan playing well, and so well he thought he could even pitch. He'd go in, and his brother, well, that's just awesome. Takes the brother outside the fence for the home run, but in the end, Josh Swan would be able to seal the deal as the Heat win handily 21-13.